We're back.
And finish this class. You open the next week, Monday to Saturday, the uh,
Morning.
morning time. Monday to Friday the same, and Saturday 9 to 10. Monday to
Yeah.
Friday 11.
So Monday to Friday is early, or sorry, late, and then Saturday is early. Yeah.
And yeah, and Monday the all time. Monday afternoon all time. Monday
Monday
after.
too. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah.
Uh,
Today I have the 20 code, so I book the Monday to Saturday and the Monday all time.
okay. Perfect.
Finish the
So
list. Finish the list. Okay.
yeah. So 30 minutes. Yeah. Um. So yeah, they're just saying that uh, the ice formation continuing to be shorter or not enough is being a bit scary because uh, yeah, if it's going to be December now that the bears can go away, or when it used to be like October, then the bears are going to get more and more desperate, meaning they will eat anything and try to kill anything. So that will be very scary in the future. Uh, anyways,
What happens this year is really going to impact the lifespan of that polar bear. Their mortality will increase, so their ability to reproduce is going to impact, say, locals.
again, that's a I.
I,
That's a
oh,
I.
I call, I echoes, I echoes.
Yeah, remember, whenever you see a name and it looks like an L, that's not an L because it's a name, so it's a capital. Yeah. Um, so yeah, basically they're not just worried about like this year. Like if they're honest, this year's not going to be like a huge problem for the polar bears. However, if this is a problem that continues every year, that means the bears are less full, meaning they can't have as many babies. Uh, they maybe if more and more bears die out, then maybe they have to do more incest, which would make it harder for babies. So if this year is really bad and more bears are dying, it's going to get like the next year will be double as worse. The next year after that will be even more worse. So they're kind of getting worried that this will kind of end the polar bear. Oh.
It's not necessarily just this year and what's happening right now, but the implications that's going to have later of the 10 third of world population start the BS.
Pressure.
1 minute, I get some tea.
No problem.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you for
we're back.
waiting.
Um, so yeah, they're just saying that uh, again, this year it's not like the worst thing if it's just 1 year, right? The problem is this has been happening a lot, and so if the bears start to go down in population, that means there's going to be more incest, which makes it harder for them to have more babies, which also makes weaker bears, which then later on again causes more problems, and it could like spiral into like no more polar bears, right? So they're kind of really worried that the polar bear will disappear forever, but we'll see. Process could be modeled, basically saying, what should we do?
Okay, you said budgets like the purpose the new Western family uh, facility are becoming increasingly important for the popular base server into the face of their declining population and where warming climate.
Yeah. So the warming climate, that's basically the big reason why the bears are dying. Obviously, it's not that warm in that area because, well, the ice is still there, right? But it's warming enough that it's getting less and less ice, meaning bears are just dying more and more. And they're hoping that this uh, burning of garbage or whatever will hopefully both help with the bears, but also help with climate change, hopefully. But they don't know.
As we're losing sea ice in more places, we're seeing polar bears spend more time on the shore and for longer periods. The aquatic and that putting extra pressure not just on the polar bears, but on those who live, work, and research
Recreate.
in the Northeast.
So yeah, this is affecting the bears as it gets warmer, right? Not as much ice, meaning they're spending more time on land, meaning they're spending more time with humans. But it's not just the polar bears that are having a problem with the warming weather and stuff. A lot of people make their money, make their living off of helping the North, fixing things, and etc. And if they don't have the ice either, they also can't survive here with their job. Their job will disappear, and so it's kind of bad for everyone here.
Morrison said the time is the very early stages of the proposed new Western facility project and the suggested places could change as a facility study country contains that
Concludes.
includes that includes looking at the extremely high
Environmental.
environmental protocols. She said.
So again, they're just saying that this is the early stages. We don't know exactly how this will go yet, but things might change. We might just do the burning. We might do burning plus compost. There might be a third thing added. We don't really know. All we really know is that this is the beginning, and hopefully this can fix things.
She started working on the facility study in October and hopes to have it complete by the next spring. The goal would be to have the new building up and running by the 2025.
Yep. So they're hoping that they have the plan figured out by spring, so like March, April. After that, they're hopefully going to start purchasing stuff and start getting the maybe foundations done in 2024. And then finally, by 2025, maybe they can start to use it. So this is like a year and a half away from being used, but that's kind of the timeline that they have. This is going to be a big project for them. I don't know exactly how many people live in Churchill. I think it's 20,000. So this isn't a big town. There's not a lot of workers there. So everything normally goes a bit slower because of that.
I am so excited because I think that this is the process that could be a model for the so many places that are trading like where the starting museum set.
Yep. So they're saying if this works for us, this would work for my hometown, Red Lake. It would work for Cockner. It would work for James Bay, et cetera, et cetera. So they're basically just saying like, hey, if we can figure this out, this is not just going to help our community. It's going to help all of Canada, or all of the North at least. So that's good.
Spence said it's too early to have a cost estimate on the pre-post package.
Yep. So again, they're just saying that it's too early to know the cost. So yeah, they don't know the cost yet. How much this burning thing will cost, or not just how much will the thing cost to build, but how much will it cost to run, right? They're going to need gas to burn, right? To burn everything. They're going to need workers, et cetera, et cetera. So like, they don't know anything yet. They're like, well, it could be this, could be that. Who knows? In China, is there animal problems oftentimes, or not really? Like, is there any like stuff going around in cities and stuff?
China people, I think people have a lot of animal, but now in the zoo, in the animal zoo. No, in the outside, no. Outside we just have the chicken, maybe chicken, pig, don't tiger, don't bear, don't this animal. No.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. Having these animals is kind of fun. Now it's scary when they walk into your yard and stuff. And you would actually have to worry about that because if you go to Regina, actually the big city wouldn't have like the big ones. Like they wouldn't have the bear, but you would have to worry about like raccoons, beavers, rabbits, stuff like that. But
rabbits we have. Most Canadian they have the gun. They sometimes when they meet the meet the animals, they use the gun. Boom! No, it's ridiculous.
But you're not allowed to do that unless you're in danger, and you have to shoot like carefully, meaning like no one is allowed to basically use a gun inside the city. So if you're in Regina, you can't really use a gun. Now, if you're in my hometown, you can use a gun because it's small.
When you meet the animals, wonderful animal. When you meet the wonderful animal, you can use the gun. You can use the gun. Boom, the animal. Boom, the boom animal.
Again, you got to be careful with this because you're not allowed to shoot guns near people. So, like, if you're near a person's house and you shoot a gun, that's not allowed. Like, if you're in the forest, yeah, that's no problem. Or if you're on the road away from people, yeah, no problem. But if you're in the town or in the city, you're not allowed to do that. Actually, in my
U.S. defense, the U.S. most people they can't use the gun.
Well, you can, again, you're allowed to use it. You just there's specific rules with it, right? Like you're not allowed to shoot in a city because if you shoot in the city, you might kill someone, right? But normally what ends up happening instead of like you having your gun and you shooting the bear or whatever, every small town will have a specific person. That's their job, is to get rid of animals. My dad's old work buddy, is that person. That's his job. His job is, oh, there's a bear in the town. There's too many birds near the airport. There's maybe raccoons or whatever, and it's his job to kill them. So that's how we handle that situation normally. Yeah, because the other thing is you're not allowed carrying a gun randomly in the town.
Canada, most farmers, a lot of animals. Most farmers. Which farmers?
Well, just animals in general don't live near humans. So like any city won't have that many animals. But if you get out of the city into the countryside, you'll see a lot more animals. So all the provinces have a lot of animals. It's just not near Toronto, not near Regina, not near Winnipeg, not near Edmonton, not near Vancouver. But if you go away from there, right, and you go near Red Lake, or you go near Red River, or you go near Cochrane or Sudbury or whatever, you can start to see more and more animals. So yeah, it's all about like
bear.
A lot of humans.
Bear always in the which farmers have the bear?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
The north doesn't have as many deer. So deer is mainly in Quebec and Ontario, but the big moose, right? The big moose with the big antlers, the bears, the beavers, that's everywhere. That's in Vancouver, that's Ontario, that's in Quebec, it's everywhere. And the only difference is kind of the bears. If you're on the East Coast, so Ontario, Quebec, stuff like that, you have a lot more black bears. If you're in the north, you have the polar bears like Churchill, right? And in the west, Vancouver, you have the giant brown bears. So that's kind of the only one that changes. Everything else is kind of the same.
To how many Canada the farmers series?
Sorry, say that again. How many animals in the province?
How you been how many the farmers in?
I've been in all of the provinces, except for the north. I haven't been to Yukon, Northwest Territories, or Nunavut. Because
Yukon have the trees in Yukon.
I don't know. I've never been there. In my hometown, in 8th grade, we do a 14-day trip across Canada. So in school, we do 14-day trip across Canada. So we go to British Columbia and come back. So I've seen British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. I've seen Quebec. I've seen Newfoundland, Labrador. Like I've seen them all. I just haven't seen the north. Like again, Nunavut, Northwest Territory, Yukon. I don't know about that. Yeah, but I've basically seen everything. It's pretty popular because there's not a lot to do in my hometown. So it's easy to kind of save money. And then once you save money, you can just do a big trip of the whole country. And Canada's a big country to see a lot of things. So it's kind of an important thing to learn about the country, right? Like imagine you only saw one city your whole life. You don't really know the whole country, right? But if you do a big trip around the whole country, you know everything, right? So that's why we do it for school. But the issue is generally there's no good roads to the north. So most people never see the north. Yeah, there's no good roads. So most people don't see the north.
Most people don't see the north. In Canada,
when people go
cold or north is cold.
North is very cold, right? Like I forget what the coldest weather is. Coldest temperature Canada. The coldest we ever got was minus 62.8 Celsius in Yukon. So that's the coldest you get, and that's Yukon. And that was 1947. That was a long time ago. But yeah, it's not good. It's really cold. It's not fun. But also, I guess I could add is if you want to see the north, you can normally get a flight. So it's easier. You can fly there. If you want to see it, up to you. It's pretty popular to see the northern lights, right? The dancing lights in the sky. It's pretty popular to kind of do that, but I don't know. I guess I don't know if that's. I know it's in Russia. I don't know if you'd see the northern lights in China, but that's one of the like touristy things. That's why Yellowknife and Whitehorse even have a town there, is because of tourism. People come to see the northern lights in the sky or to see the animals. So there's really not much else there. But yeah, I think I told you before, there's like 40,000 or 50,000 in these provinces or these territories. So very, very small people, but yeah.
Oh, which Canada, the trees, Canada, just the maple tree, which province have a lot of maple tree?
Maple tree is Quebec.
Maple tree is Quebec?
Quebec has 80%
80%?
of maple trees, and Ontario has the other 20%. There's really no maple trees out west.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Quebec have a 38% maple tree?
Yep, it's really just those two provinces. Vancouver doesn't really have maple trees. Edmonton doesn't really have maple trees. They have trees, just not maple trees. They have pines. They have pine trees. So, yeah, like the Christmas tree, right?
Okay.
So
I
yeah.
think the maple tree you can make the sugar.
Yep, you make maple syrup. Maple syrup.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, I'll send you a video of maple syrup. My family farm has a video if you want to see the video. Where is it? Because it kind of teaches you how you make maple syrup. It's pretty simple, if I'm honest. All you really do is drill into the tree, and then after you collect everything, you boil. That's about it. But here's a video about how to make maple syrup if you want to learn. But yeah, the maple trees are in the east of North America. Basically, Quebec, Ontario, Vermont, Michigan, a few places there, but most of it is Canada. And most Canadians live in Quebec and Ontario. So that's why the maple leaf is so important, is because 80% of Canadians know the maple tree. Vancouver doesn't really know. Edmonton doesn't really know. But Toronto, Quebec City, Montreal, Ottawa, like all those big cities find it quite important. But yeah. So like, would you want to, when you come to Canada, would you be interested in making maple syrup, or not really, just trying it?
I'm interested in Canada the seafood. seafood. I love seafood. Lobster and the king crab. King crab.
You went to the worst place for seafood. Saskatchewan is the worst because it's the middle of the country, the farthest away from the ocean.
Saskatchewan, maybe in Costco they sold the seafood,
yeah, but it's going to be frozen.
But maybe
Frozen seafood.
I think maybe the seafood in the list, maybe the pin safe little maybe.
It'll be expensive and frozen because you're in the middle of the country, right? You're far away from the ocean. If you're in Toronto later on, or if you're in Vancouver later on, you'll be a lot closer to the ocean and you'll get a lot cheaper and a lot better seafood. But yeah, not in Saskatchewan. You'll get really good beef and really good chicken and pork and stuff, but you won't necessarily get the seafood.
Seafood.
Yeah.
Seafood.
Because yeah, remember that Saskatchewan's like super far away from everything, right? Here, if I zoom out again on the map, like Saskatchewan's right here. The closest ocean is right here, right? Like that's pretty far. Like if we go Regina, Saskatchewan, right? Right here, right? And then if we go directions, Vancouver, which is the ocean, right? You're 1,700 kilometers away from the ocean, right? Like you're not very close to the ocean. So yeah. Now, to be fair, you could fly, which is only 2 hours, right?
Oh.
But it's still 2,000 kilometers, right? Basically, to get to Regina. So yeah, you're not going to get the best seafood if you're 2,000 kilometers from the ocean. That would be like Chengdu, right? Chengdu is not going to have the best seafood because it's the middle of China, right?
Chengdu not have the seafood.
Yeah. Well, that's again same thing. Like
not have the seafood before. No, now have the seafood before.
Well, yeah, they're gonna freeze it, right? Again, you can get frozen stuff. Frozen stuff you'll always be able to get, but the really good stuff, like the really good lobsters and stuff, you won't be able to get. But yeah.
And okay, so, you remember open the time?
Yep.
Okay. See you
I'll
soon.
open it right now. Yep. See you at lunch.